Here's a story that's almost too good to be true, but it absolutely is. Last quarter, a Fortune 200 food distributor deployed a single AI agent that achieved an incredible feat. It reactivated 20,000 dormant customer leads, closed an additional $14 million in new revenue, and eliminated 500 days of manual follow-up work. Here's the kicker: exact headcount, same budget, 3 weeks to deploy. If you're still thinking AI is some futuristic concept reserved for tech giants, it's time to flip that script. Currently, as you watch this, 93.7% of Fortune 1000 companies are generating measurable business value from AI. We're talking improved customer retention, higher productivity, and entirely new revenue streams. Today, I'm pulling back the curtain and walking you through the exact playbook Fortune 500 leaders are using right now to turn AI disruption into pure profit. By the end of this video, you'll have the specific strategies, frameworks, and action steps that these executives are deploying. And yes, I'm showing you how to implement them before your competitors do. Here's the brutal reality: more than half of the Fortune 500 companies from the year 2000 no longer exist. They didn't fail because they lacked vision or resources. They failed because leaders couldn't interpret the signals fast enough. Right now, we're at another one of those inflection points. MIT just released research showing that 95% of generative AI pilots at companies are failing. Yet that other 5%, they're generating billions in value and leaving competitors in the dust. The difference isn't the technology, it's the strategy behind it. If you're an entrepreneur, executive, or climbing the corporate ladder and want to be in that winning 5%, hit that subscribe button right now. I break down Fortune 500 strategies like this every week, providing you with the insider playbook that actually drives results. Ring that notification bell so you never miss these insights. In September 2025, Fortune magazine released its first ever AIQ 50 list, ranking the Fortune 500 companies generating the most significant, measurable impact with artificial intelligence. Alphabet topped the list, but here's what's fascinating: 17 different sectors made the list. From financial services, to healthcare, to energy. This isn't just a tech story anymore. According to Wedbush Securities analysis from 2025, AI now accounts for 12% of IT budgets at major corporations, up from 10% just months ago. And that 93.7% is seeing results. They're following a specific playbook. Today, I'm sharing 3 core strategies that these leaders are currently deploying. First, they identify the trillion-dollar opportunity hiding in repetitive costs. Second, the specific type of AI they're using. Spoiler, it's not chatbots. And third, the metrics that actually matter to boards and investors. Let's dive in. Let's talk numbers. Big numbers. Morgan Stanley has just run the analytics and their findings are staggering. Widespread AI adoption within the S&P 500 could unlock $920 billion in annual net benefits. That's nearly $1 trillion, folks. Now this isn't about replacing people wholesale. It's about automating what I call swivel chair work. Those mind-numbing copy-paste tasks, endless middle management sign-offs, and triple-checked spreadsheets that eat up countless hours without requiring human creativity or complex problem-solving. Here's the first strategic move every Fortune 500 operations team makes. They create a heat map of their repetitive cost centers. They identify where people spend time on tasks that don't require human ingenuity. Usually, 15 to 20% of a company's salary expense sits squarely in this category. Then they drop an AI agent on it, measure the ROI for 30 days, and if that return isn't at least 3 times, they kill the pilot. No sentimentality, just cold, hard data. Translation? They aren't automating everything. They're automating the expensive, repetitive tasks first, then scaling up. Fortune 500 companies deploying AI automation tools are reporting significant results. Some are achieving productivity gains of up to 75% on individual projects, accompanied by substantial cost reductions. However, here's the critical part that most companies miss. They optimize processes before automating them. They're not just making inefficiency faster, they're eliminating it. Your action step from this strategy: create your own cost center heat map this week. List the 5 most repetitive, time-consuming tasks in your operation. Ask yourself, could an AI handle this if I gave it clear guidelines and a budget? That's your starting point. Now, let's clear up a massive misconception. Forget the friendly chat window and basic customer service bots. Fortune 500 leaders aren't deploying chatbots, they're deploying Agentic AI. What's the difference? Everything. Agentic AI refers to systems that can chain decisions together, autonomously executing complex tasks and making choices without constant human oversight. They're not just responding to prompts, they're acting on them, making subsequent decisions, and seeing tasks through to completion. Let me give you a perfect example. Albertsons, one of America's largest food retailers with over 2,200 stores, its supply chain AI isn't just looking at inventory levels. It predicts demand, automatically reorders stock, analyzes supplier emails and PDFs to extract delivery changes and risks, and even helps staff store more efficiently. The results? Products move from the loading dock to the shelves about 15% faster during peak seasons. They're significantly reducing food waste through AI-powered demand forecasting. And get this, Albertsons expects 30% of its distribution volume to be automated by the end of 2025, contributing to $1.5 billion in cost savings over 3 years. Quick pause. If you're finding value in these Fortune 500 strategies, smash that like button. It helps other entrepreneurs and executives discover this content. And drop a comment. Which of these strategies resonates most with your current business challenges? I read every single comment. Now here's the exciting part. You don't need Albertsons' budget to implement this. You can spin up a similar stack using open-source models, a vector database, and API connectors to link everything together. The secret sauce isn't just the tech, it's giving the AI agent a budget ceiling and clear KPIs, then letting it spend microdollars on cloud APIs until it hits its target. Think about it. Guardrails plus autonomy equals margin. You're empowering these systems to achieve specific outcomes within defined boundaries. Your action step. Identify one major pain point in your business. Maybe it's customer service emails, invoice processing, or inventory management. Start there. Let an AI agent handle the initial sorting, categorization, or recommendations. Measure the time savings over a 30-day period. This year, large language models, LLMs, truly matured. They've evolved beyond just generating text. They're now reasoning platforms capable of understanding context, making inferences, and performing complex multi-step tasks. Booking Holdings, the travel giant behind Booking.com, and Priceline, plug GPT-class models directly into its internal expense flow. Their target, $450 million in cumulative savings by 2027. Think about that number for a second. How are they doing it? The model reads every single invoice that comes in, flags duplicate charges, even argues with vendors over email when something appears questionable, and then writes the SQL code to update the financial ledger. All end-to-end, automatically. The implementation? 10 engineers, 8 weeks, 0 new hires. They're already seeing $150 million in savings this year alone, and they're reinvesting $170 million of those savings back into strategic AI capabilities. Before I show you how smaller operations can implement this, I want to invite you to join our growing community. Thousands of entrepreneurs and executives are already using these weekly Fortune 500 breakdowns to transform their businesses. If you want to think and act like a top 1% executive, subscribe and hit that notification bell. This is the C-Suite Playbook, where Fortune 500 strategies meet actionable insights. Now, if you're a smaller operation, here's your implementation path. Start with one major pain point. Let's say customer service emails. Let an LLM draft replies, categorize inquiries, and summarize long threads. Most teams see around a 35% faster resolution rate overnight. This isn't just about speed, it's about consistency and freeing up your human agents to tackle the truly complex, empathetic interactions that only people can handle. Let me give you another powerful example. General Mills, the company behind Cheerios, Betty Crocker, and dozens of other brands, is using AI for predictive logistics that would have seemed like science fiction just a few years ago. Their AI shaved over $20 million off transportation costs by analyzing over 5,000 daily shipments and rerouting trucks around unexpected weather events and diesel price spikes in real time. But they didn't stop there. They're projecting a $50 million reduction in manufacturing waste this year through the use of AI-driven insights. Their AI models analyze production data in real time, catching quality issues before they become expensive problems. The playbook is straightforward. Dump 3 years of historical data into an AutoML platform. Let the model surface the 5 to 7 variables that actually move the needle. Then operationalize those insights. You don't need petabytes of data to start, as 50,000 rows of clean data is often enough to beat gut instinct. In today's lightning-fast business world, if you can't predict, you're going to perish. Companies that still run on Hippo, the highest-paid person's opinion, are bleeding margin every single quarter. Walmart has just announced a major AI-driven transformation of its supply chain. They're using predictive AI that operates in real time across continents, from sorting fresh produce in Costa Rica before sunrise, to automatically rerouting inventory in Mexico City, to self-healing inventory systems that detect imbalances and redirect products before issues even appear in stores. The results? Delivery costs per order have dropped 40%, while 45% of e-commerce orders now arrive in under an hour. This is the power of predictive analytics at scale. But here's where most companies stumble. Governance. Regulators are circling. The NIST framework, the EU AI Act, state privacy laws, the compliance debt from getting this wrong can torpedo your balance sheet faster than a buggy algorithm. That's why 42% of Fortune 100 firms now employ a chief AI officer. Their job isn't just innovation, it's equally about risk management, cataloging every model in use, logging predictions, and enforcing bias audits to prevent discrimination. Your practical takeaway: implement an AI risk register. This isn't fancy. It's a shared spreadsheet listing the model owner, data source, potential harms, and a precise kill switch date. Takes an afternoon to draft, can save you from legal nightmares and massive fines. Now let's talk culture, because this is where the rubber meets the road. Moderna, the pharmaceutical giant, conducted an internal AI sprint that serves as a masterclass in change management. Every single employee had to identify 1 hour of weekly grunt work and hand it off to an AI buddy. Within 6 months, they effectively eliminated the equivalent of 120 full-time roles. But here's the key: without laying off anyone. People moved into higher value, more strategic work. They launched an AI Academy, where 25% of employees participated in 2023, with plans to triple that number. Their net promoter score for the program is 71. Anything above 50 is considered excellent. The lesson is crystal clear: upskill first, automate second. When workers view AI not as a threat leading to pink slips, but as a tool to elevate their skills and focus on rewarding tasks, adoption skyrockets. Fear transforms into excitement. Resistance becomes collaboration. Alright, let's bring this all together with your 30-day action plan. The exact steps Fortune 500 leaders are taking right now that you can implement immediately. Step 1. List your top 5 cost sinks. Where are you consistently spending too much money or time on repetitive tasks? Be brutally honest. Review your team's calendar, expense reports, and customer service logs. Step 2. Pick the dumbest, most repetitive task from that list, the one that makes everyone groan. This is your pilot target. It should be high volume, low complexity, and measurable. Step 3. Deploy an AI agent or LLM solution to tackle it, with a hard, measurable ROI target within 30 days. No excuses. Use free trials if necessary, just start. Step 4. Publish those results transparently to your stakeholders. Show the time saved, costs reduced, and quality improved. Transparency builds trust and momentum. Step 5. Scale it up or kill it ruthlessly. If you're not seeing at least 3x ROI, shut it down and move to the next opportunity. Then repeat the whole process. Remember, corporate boards don't care about technical AI metrics, they care about cash. Your scorecard needs 4 clear lines: cost saved, revenue gained, hours removed, and risk mitigated. Track these weekly and time management incentives to the results. Keep your AI projects small and fast. 6 to 8 people max. 30-day timelines. A $50,000 budget cap. And a single KPI. If you can't demo measurable lift in that month, kill it and redeploy that talent. This prevents zombie pilots that drain resources without delivering value. Before implementing these strategies, help other leaders locate this content. Hit the like button if you find these Fortune 500 strategies valuable. Subscribe for weekly executive insights that actually work, and share this with another entrepreneur, founder, or manager who needs to see this. The strategies we just covered are exactly what separates successful leaders from everyone else. Drop a comment. Which strategy will you implement first? Playbook. Mapping, agentic AI deployment, or predictive analytics? Let me know below, and join the leaders who are transforming their approach with these weekly insights. If you want to think and lead like the top 1% of executives, subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss these insider strategies. Remember, don't wait for perfect data, perfect budgets, or perfect talent. The biggest risk in this AI revolution isn't moving too fast. It's moving second. AI disruption isn't coming, it's here, it's profitable, it's documented, and it's yours for the taking.
This is the C-Suite Playbook, where Fortune 500 strategies meet actionable insights. Your competitive advantage starts here.